Hello, it's nimlite, and today I'm showing you what I did with the Shella family shell and how it went from a basic shell into the Country Suburban that you're gonna see at the end. Everything went really well with this build, except the roofing. Um, I did a practice run of the roofing because when I record these big builds, it's like 6, 7 hours of recording, and I was like, if I do a practice run, surely it'll be easier. And practice run went great. And I was like, okay, I'll remember what I did. And then I lost power, came back the next day, looked at the roof again, did not remember what I did. And the practice run was for nothing because this looks nothing like the practice run I did, but that's okay. That's okay. Because in the end, it ended up looking really nice. I had a lot of fun with this one. I didn't want to do a suburban, but I also didn't want to do modern. So I decided to go like a more like rustic, country-esque kind of build. Maybe they don't live in suburbia, maybe they live like right on the outskirts of town, and it's got nice earthy wooden tones. I added some like country decor, and I ended up building an entire storyline for the Sims that would live here. I don't know why I did that. I think it's because I built this so late at night and I was so tired. And by the time I made it to the rooms, I was like, oh man, this could be for this one, this could be for this one. But it's on the gallery. There's a whole little bio. I thought it was kind of cute. I wanted to do something other than just, this is a build, here you go. So I gave the house a story, and I feel like that really adds to like the charm of it. But I had a lot of fun with this one, and I think it turned out pretty good. I kind of wish I would have built it on a bigger lot. The shell was on a 30 by 30, and I wish I would have did maybe 40 by 30, so I could have done more with the backyard. I really wanted to add a fence around the backyard and have everything that I put in the backyard still be in the backyard, and it just didn't work. And I think that's my only regret. But if I would have put it on a bigger lot, this video would have went on for like 40 minutes. I cut it down to 32 minutes, and that was about as good as I could do. One day I will be good at this, and all my practice will be for naught. But until then, it's just a little long. But I have to say, compared to last month, from a month comparison, as you watch me struggle with stairs, I think one part, 32 minutes, is better than the 3 part I had to do. Now that I know how to edit, just a smidge better. And you know, maybe by next month I'll be even better at this. Don't hold your breath on that though. But no, I really like this build. I kind of want to play in it. I don't have any family to play in it, so maybe I'll make the Sims that I kind of pre-thought about as I was building this house and put them on the gallery. Maybe that'll be kind of cute. But this house has like something about it. It just really has personality. And when I went into this, I did not expect it to come out the way it did. And I absolutely adore it. It's really cute. But I would recommend putting it on a bigger lot. That was my biggest regret. Roofing was the hardest. Lot size was my biggest regret. And But I had to limit myself, because if I don't limit myself, I will go forever and I just won't stop. And that is a dangerous quality to have when trying to record a build. Which is why I keep emphasizing I really need to learn how to do tiny homes. But I can't get over how cute this swing set is. I need that in real life. I really do. I have like a little front yard now, and that would just look so cute. I just can't get over the lights. And then I might have added a bit too much outdoor lighting later on. So if you do play in this house, the bills might be a little expensive, but the house just looked so pretty at night with all the lights that I just couldn't stop myself. I also can't stop putting bikes on trees. That's my thing now. I don't know. This is the second or third build that I've done this now, with a bike leaning on a tree, and I cannot be stopped. I'm a menace. I added a little bit of like farming, like gardening, not farming, to the build. I thought it was like a cute little country-esque addition, because I don't know, all these big houses out by me that are in the country, they have like the cute little garden built in with a fence and everything. So I thought that just added a little bit of charm. And then I used bb.move objects and put this tree here. It may delete itself, but for now it's there. Sometimes using bb.move objects is a bit temperamental when you place a little tendril outside the lot, but the paint's there to put it back if it does delete itself by accident. I had that happen with another build. I put some debug items and they overlapped the line, and it got really angry at me. And I really like this back porch. I feel like it's just enough. I feel like with back porches in general, you either put too much stuff on them and they feel cluttered and chaotic, or you put not enough and it just doesn't feel like a used spot in the house. And I feel like I made it just cozy enough. There's a spot for grilling, there's a spot for friends to come over, there's stuff for the kids to do, and I feel like I got a pretty good little balance going on. I don't always achieve it, but when I do, it's nice. And then I wish, for some reason, the chimneys just don't line up all that nicely. And I don't understand it. And I'm so glad for cottage living pack to have those little planks to just cover up any weird gap issues that happen when you put chimneys down. But if there's another object that does that effect, someone tell me. Because I found that out one day and I just never went back to anything else. And I don't know what I did before. Oh, here's the lights. I'm so sorry in advance. The bills are going to be astronomical here. They just looked so precious. And I just kept adding more, and I was like, that looks reasonable. But I'm so sorry. But I had a lot of fun with the inside. Honestly, I think the only thing I really struggled on was, I think I had a bit of trouble with this front entryway and picking a column. I don't know why I struggled so hard picking a column, but the room layouts came pretty easy, except for putting a bathroom on the bottom floor, and I eventually figured out where I wanted to put it. And then I went back through and I covered up some of the weird, harsh angles as I went through each room. And this build, I decided to do the bottom floor layout and then I did the top floor. And I don't normally do that, but I'm going to be honest, I feel like doing a build like this, you kind of get build fatigue. And I'm really glad I did this in the beginning. That way I had less decisions to make and I was able to put a lot of effort into like thinking about the rooms and planning out layouts for rooms rather than an entire floor. And I think I'm gonna do this more often because this saved me so much hassle. Because all I had to do, and I think I even covered up all the bump outs in this one while doing the layout. So I eliminated that part as well. And I don't know how to build without using arches. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I've never lived anywhere that has arches. I've always had doors, but doors just feel so cut off in the Sims world that it doesn't feel right to use doors for every little room. And I need to break out of that. But this little front entryway came out really cute, I think. I have a feeling this with my little blurb I wrote about the family, they just moved in. So I definitely went for like mismatched furniture, not in a sense of they didn't have furniture, it's just they had more room and they went out and bought more furniture and it didn't quite match, but it's theirs now. And I went with the Dream Home Decorator kit, not kit pack. I went for like the IKEA vibe of they went out and bought like some new pieces to fill in some of the gaps they had. And that kit gives me so much inspiration. And I use so many of these new photo frames because I'm so excited for them. And this is definitely a family home. So you're gonna have tons of pictures of kids and the family. So I added a bunch of these so that you could put all your photos in. And then I added that weird soccer picture of the Sims team. It cracks me up every time I look at it. And I really like adding it to build. I wish we could get some more of those. Like, not necessarily of the Sims team, but just more like little photo frames in general. I know I've complained about this before, and I'm going to complain about it till I'm probably blue in the face. But there needs to be more teeny tiny little objects to put on those like teeny tiny little shelves that don't take a lot of items. Because there's not a lot of options. And I should get that red shelf mod to make my life 10 times easier. There's a lot of things I should do to make my life easier in regards to building, but I don't. And I think I just need to get over whatever pride I have and just do it for myself. Because it would make life so much easier. And then I need to break out of doing this modular built-in TV little situation I do for every living room because I believe I'm overusing it at this point, but it just looks so nice and finished. And I really like that it snaps together. And it just looks so nice. Now, I did do something a little strange in the living room, and it's coming up pretty soon. I put a dining table in the living room, and the reason was when I was putting this like little background shelf in, I put the puzzles and board games, and then I added a couple other little decor items, and I thought it'd be like a cute addition of like, this is where your Sims would do the puzzles and play board games. There is a chance that your Sim is going to eat on it, and I thought about that as I was doing the second floor of the build, so it was way past fixing point, and I will apologize in advance, but at least it's more seating. I gave zero thought. I was like, oh, they need a place to do the puzzles. and I didn't think about how silly Sims can be. And then I did a family computer. I like took it back like 90s, back in the 90s when you had the family computer in the living room or the dining room. Or if you had like a finished basement in the computer room. I thought it was a cute little touch. I'm a 90s baby, so I like adding little 90s touches to things. It brings back some nostalgia, so I thought that was kind of cute. And then I turned this little corner room into like a kid's playroom. I'm like really into doing kids' playrooms now. I usually put all the toys in the room, and then the room feels really cluttered, and they don't get to have a lot of like decor and functional items just for them to use. And I don't know, if I have an extra room, I really like just turning into a little playroom because it's a great place to put like, especially like this Don't Wake the Llama game. Like I never get to put that in builds because it's so big, but I was able to put it in here and it was really nice. And I feel like sometimes, especially with the kids' rooms, I over decorate the walls. But I don't know. Oh, when I was a kid, I had probably every inch of my wall covered in something, whether it be posters or stickers or random signs. And I have a really bad habit of carrying that over into The Sims. And that's definitely going to be case in point in the upstairs when I do the son's room. I did a sticker wall and I thought it was kind of cute. Like, I don't know. I always had really bad sticker anxiety, but I get like those like weird stickers that like I never wanted to use, and I would just like splat them onto the wall. And I got in trouble when I had to paint my room, but then I found out I really enjoy painting rooms. So that was a punishment turned into a good thing. And then I added a spot for a pet. I kind of made it dog themed, but it technically you can walk your cat on a leash, so you do you. If my cat enjoyed being walked on a leash, I would walk him every day because he is the cutest little thing in the world. But sometimes he's a little feral, and I have never tried to put any kind of clothing item on him. I'll deal with that when I have to. But I thought it was kind of cute. I added the treats. I don't know why the treats are so dog themed as well. Like cats have treats. I have an entire little bin of cat treats that just take up an entire spot in my closet, in my hallway now. I was like, cats have treats? They have tons of treats. But I did add laundry. I know I've heard a lot of complaints that laundry is broken right now with the new Growing Together pack being out. But I had no idea what else to put in that little backyard entryway that I did. So I had to think of something real quick, and that was the only thing I could think of to fill out an entire wall of space. So if it's still broken and you're trying to use this house, just replace it with some shelving. It's okay. It won't hurt my feelings. I know it's broke, but it looked really nice in the build. And it gave me something else to clutter my bathroom with by putting hampers. That was an artistic choice, not a practical choice, and I apologize for that. But I made this bathroom like super nice. I always do the downstairs bathrooms in 2-story builds like really, really nice. Because I feel like the downstairs bathroom, the first floor especially, is the one like guests come over and see. And that's the one you want to look really, really nice. And then I made the upstairs ones more tiny and personalized and a little less cluttered, but a little bit more personal in the clutter choice. And I don't know if that's a me thing and just fantasizing about what I would do if I had a 2-story home. But I think it turned out pretty nice. And I love all this bathroom clutter. I can't get over it. I know it's a silly little pack, but to not have to use CC just to have a room of clutter is such a nice experience. Like I don't love the kit prices, but I don't hate them. Well, I kind of hate the clothes ones because they're a bit interesting. But is that window glitch going to be around for a while? Because that has been haunting me for well over a month now. And it does it at such random points in the build. I cut out a bunch of them, but I couldn't cut this one out because of the way I positioned my camera. And I didn't want to forget what flower centerpiece I wanted to use, so I had to ignore it, and that killed me to ignore it. That is no lie. I was like, oh man, I just need to fix that real quick. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna forget to put a centerpiece. I can't get distracted. I gotta stay focused. And that's just, why is it doing, it does it with the doors too. And like, I saw people mention it a while ago, and then no one's brought it up again. So is it just a me thing? Am I doing something wrong? I don't know, but sometimes it spooks me out. And then the kitchen came together pretty nice. I think I made the kitchen a little too big, but I dealt with it by putting some more some more cabinets up. And it ended up looking okay, but I kind of wish I would have went with like a more personal, intimate kind of kitchen. I've been building these like really big kitchens lately. It's not a bad thing, but they're just not, they're not feeling right. And it was way too late in the build to try to add like a little sectioned off room, and I could have added another bathroom, but that would have felt really smushed in a way. And I don't know. I ended up liking it in the end, but I couldn't put stuff that I wanted, and it wasn't giving me the right kind of aesthetic that I wanted, because this is like more of like a country build, and this looks really modern. But I noticed in a lot of these new farmhouse renewal builds that like it's like modern mixed with farmhouse decor. So it makes sense. I'm just not, I don't appreciate it as much as I normally do, because I love building kitchens, and kitchens and bathrooms are my like two favorite things in a house to do. And I just was not feeling that kitchen, and I don't know if it's because I was just kind of hitting my wall at this point, because I built this all in one go. I usually split it into two, but I just ran through this one, and that might have been my issue. But that's okay. You can't love everything. Some things just happen. But I really like those built-in closets. I love those built-in closets. And then I really decked out for mom and dad. Like, I gave them their own dressers. I gave her a vanity. I always forget about the vanities, and they're such a nice personal touch. And then I added room for their new baby on the way, because if you read that backstory, it's good. I impressed myself. But I did a little like baby corner, and I thought that was kind of cute, because I don't know, most of my friends, they just have kept their babies in their bedroom with them, because all the houses around where I live are kind of small, and you don't have a lot of room. So I did like a little baby corner, and I figured when baby becomes a toddler, the kids can share rooms, or one of the kids might move out. You never know. But I added a lot of like cute little homey touches to the decor with like the baskets and the blankets, and I thought it came out pretty nice. And I love that little owl statue. I love it. That looks like straight from like Goodwill, like Precious Moments find. and I can't stop using it. And I just did like a whole little baby corner, and I really like it. And I don't know if I'm using the diaper pail wrong. Does it have to be actually right next to the crib? Because I've heard people mention it has to be close to the crib, but does it have to be right next to it close? Because I've noticed in my Let's Play that I'm doing, um, the diaper pail is not getting diapers thrown into it. So I believe I'm doing it wrong, but that's okay. It's a new pack. I'm still learning. And then I had this envision that like dad is an aspiring writer. So I made him like this really sophisticated office with like the cute little typewriter computer and a little spot by the fire to drink. And I really like it. It was really cute. And then I couldn't get over that these two bookcases actually match and swatch. Can we just take a moment to golf clap for those two bookcases? Because that is a miracle in The Sims. And then look, there's a broken door. Why is it doing that? Like that, why? And I don't notice it for such a long time. I'm like so worried about lighting and like the white looking too bright, and I just ignored it forever. And then, but I really like these two little bathrooms that I did up here. I think they're really nice. I think they came out okay. And I feel like I added just enough decor to where they're cluttered. They're family cluttered, but they're not like cluttered just for the fun of it. I did add 2 cups of toothbrushes because it's gonna be 5 Sims that could live in this house. And I don't know if you've ever lived with like a bunch of roommates, but I think when I lived with my roommates, we had like 4 different cups of toothbrushes. And I never questioned why, but I feel like that's just a thing that happens. It's just you accumulate places to put toothbrushes, especially when like there's a kid involved. And I don't know. That just stuck with me. I was like, there's a bunch of kids. You know what? They're gonna have a bunch of toothbrushes, just a bunch of toothbrushes. And then I kind of cluttered up this bathroom. I love that little shampoo holder from, I want to say it's from, I don't know what pack that's from at all. But I love it. It's modern. It looks like those suction cup ones that you get from like Bed Bath and Beyond that are like super nice, even though they're like really overpriced. And I love it. Now this is the toddler room, and I went for like a sky and ocean theme, and I think it turned out really cute. And I've never done like a really personalized toddler room like this. Like I don't know what came over me as I was building it. I put the wallpaper in. Oh, and I forgot a toddler toilet, so I put my new favorite toddler toilet in the world in. I never really do like super personalized, but since I didn't have to put all the toys in, I was able to like really go beyond what I normally do, and I think it turned out really, really cute. The only thing I had to add, oh, that rug, I love it. But the only thing I really had to add was the blocks, because I didn't put them in the playroom, because the toddlers can't walk down the stairs right away, so I figured that would be like a simple thing to add. And then this is the boys' room. I gave him like a really sporty but like kind of outdoorsy theme to his bedroom, and I think it turned out really good. And then I started just adding these stickers like right above their desk, and I think it came out really cute. Like that is something a kid would do. Like no questions asked. Like just put a bunch of stickers on the wall. There's all those paintings and drawings on the bed, and I feel like it just really went well together. And then I kind of gave him like a younger dresser, and then I put clothes piles on the floor. Because I don't know if you've ever lived with a little boy, but when you tell them to put their clothes away, the clothes are never getting put away. They're I don't know where they're gonna go. They usually go right on the floor or in a basket or under the bed, but they never get put away. And then I gave him the like little scouts. I feel like he'd be in the scouts. And then I gave him a hamster. I don't really ever play with the hamsters, but I feel like it was funny. And I really wanted something to like fill that wall in. And then I ended up giving him the giant hamster rug because I there's not a lot of boy rugs. Like there's toddler boy rugs, but there's not a lot of boy rugs. And then this is the teens room. I had a lot of fun making like a super over the top girly build like for a room. I don't normally build like this, and it was a lot of fun to use like a bunch of the pop pastel kit and just adding a bunch of like makeup and magazines and just a bunch of pink that's not like the not so berry kind of pink, because that's a different feeling of pink, if you know what I mean. And I had so much fun. And I built her a desk, I put in the bed, I did a bunch of like dresser makeup, I did a whole like little sitting area for reading, and I added a bunch of like bright lights and just a bunch of like little teeny tiny touches that just made it feel like so much more teen girl, like movie teen girl. And I thought it turned out really nice, and I really really like this bedroom. And I can't get over from high school years these like art deco wardrobes, because they are beautiful. And I love those little neon lights. Like I feel like those are like the USB plug-in neon lights. And I loved it. I had so much fun building this room. I think this is my favorite room out of the entire house. And it just looks really nice at the end. Oh, I put 2 rugs in this room. I never put 2 rugs in one room, but it felt like it needed 2 rugs. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with this build. This is on my gallery. It's ready to download. It's really nice. And I'm so glad a month later I'm doing another shell challenge with a voiceover this time, because I finally figured out how to do it. And it looks beautiful. And this is the Country Suburban for the Shella Family Shell Challenge. So I hope you enjoy. Please like, subscribe, comment, follow me on Twitter. I don't really post much, but I'm there. But I hope you enjoy, because I had a lot of fun. And I'll see you next time. Bye.